Hey guys, it's Mahel here, and today I'm going to be giving you my advice on how to make friends at university, and more specifically during a pandemic. But before we get into the video, if you're new here or if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to click the subscribe button and click the bell to turn all post notifications on so that you don't miss out on a single video as soon as it goes live. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, for those of you who have been subscribed to me for a while now, you'll know that last year, in preparation for Freshers Week 2019, I made a video on how to make friends at university. However, given the fact that we're now in the middle of a pandemic, things are going to be different next year. And so I thought I'd make a part 2 specifically relating to the pandemic and how to make friends during these difficult times. My first tip is to join Facebook groups and group chats relating to your university, your course, and anything else of the likes. I'd argue that this is the best way to get ahead, to meet new people and make new friends, as this is something you can do before you even get to university. Simply join a Facebook group, join a chat within that Facebook group, let's say this is for your accommodation, and start talking to people inside of that. For example, you could be like, oh, is anyone in this block? Someone may say, yeah, I'm in that block. And then just message them privately, start talking to them, be like, oh, so where you studying, where you from, what are you interested in, all the usual stuff, and just get talking to them and see if you click with them. If you don't, no problem, just start talking to someone else, because often in an accommodation chat, you can have anywhere between 200 and 1,000 people. With the pandemic in mind, you're going to have to limit the amount of people you see face to face. And so it won't be as simple as just getting out there and talking to every single person you see physically. That's why I believe it's best to join a Facebook group or group chat, as once you get talking to someone, if you decide you click with them enough to meet them in person, then you can. If not, you can just bin them off and start talking to someone else. This way, you're keeping it safe because you're alleviating the risk of talking to someone once and then never talking to them again, and then obviously the pandemic risk, versus talking to them virtually and only meeting up with the people you feel like you're going to get on with. And so the risk is reduced because obviously you want to limit your numbers during this pandemic, and so instead of limiting it in person, you're already limiting it online. I myself joined Facebook group chats and groups in first year before I even started university. And some of these people I still talk to today. In fact, one of these people I actually run a society with. So there's a society at the University of Nottingham called Community. I'm one of the social secretaries, and one of the people I used to talk to before starting university is the president of that group. It's coincidental, but the point is, it just goes to show how useful these Facebook groups and group chats can be. If you feel uncomfortable with meeting someone physically due to the pandemic, don't be afraid to ask them for their number to FaceTime or just video call on Snap or Instagram. If they say no, chances are you are wasting your time, because if someone really wants to get to know you, they will not say no to a call or a FaceTime, unless of course they have severe anxiety with those kind of things. But in most cases, if they're just saying no or longing it off, saying they're busy, all this other stuff, bin them off and on to the next person. But the good thing is, because you've only been talking to them online, you won't have wasted as much time as, say, if you're meeting them in person and then they start to go off. My next piece of advice is to join a sport or a society. Sports and societies are going to be very different this year due to social distancing guidelines. And at my university, the University of Nottingham, we've actually not heard anything about how sports and societies are going to run. And as of making this video, we are literally just under 3 weeks away from moving into university. So 20 days and counting, which is a bit worrying. But the point is, even if sports and societies can't meet for a few months, join one, and I'm going to tell you why. Sports and societies typically have a group chat of their own and a group of their own. So even though you're not able to see them in person, potentially, you can still get in on the group chats and start getting to know people that way. Simply, let's say for example you were joining volleyball. Talk to someone about volleyball. Tell them why you wanted to join volleyball club, why they wanted to join volleyball club, whether you're playing casually, whether you're playing competitively, how long you've been playing for. Then start talking about your usual stuff, such as what course you're doing, where you're living, where you're from, etc, etc. There are plenty of ways to start talking to someone online just through Facebook, and once you're at a point where you can meet them physically, you have talked to them enough so that it's not awkward and you can get on in person. And the good thing is that universities have a lot of sports and societies to choose from. So if you join one sport or society and you feel you're not really vibing with the people in the groups, no problem. Just join another one and see how you do there. Because you shouldn't force yourself into a sport or society that you don't feel comfortable with. After all, we're here for a good time, not a long one. My next piece of advice is to not be afraid to do things on your own. There's absolutely no problem with turning up to an event, whether it be physical or virtual, by yourself, as when you get to university, while some people will know someone else from home or somewhere else, most people won't know anyone, and so they'll be in the same position as you are. Therefore, there is no problem with turning up to something by yourself, because chances are a lot of other people in that room, on a virtual Zoom for example, are also by themselves. This is why I encourage you to get out there and try to get to know people on your own, as in some cases, this can be better than getting to know people in groups. I have to emphasize that during freshers, you shouldn't limit yourself when it comes to talking to people. And what I mean by that is, don't think that you've met 5 people that you feel like are going to be your friends for the rest of university and be like, yeah, I'm sorted. Don't do that. Talk to as many people as you can, because let's say, for example, you talk to 50 people and then after Freshers Week, you're only talking to 5 of them afterwards. That is so much better than only talking to 10 people during Freshers Week and then talking to 1 of them after Freshers Week. It happens. I'm going to tell you right now, most of the people you talk to during Freshers Week, you won't talk to after. They'll simply be that person that you follow on Instagram for a couple of years before they decide to unfollow you. It happens. That is why I'm telling you right now, talk to as many people as you can, whether it be from your course, whether it be from your accommodation, whether it be from campus around university, whether it be from a night out. They could even go to the university that's in your city that's not yours, for example, Nottingham Trent University at Nottingham, or even someone at a pub, because chances are you could find other students at a pub. Those are just some examples, but there are plenty of ways to talk to people, and as many people as you can, and just do not restrict yourself. My last tip on how to make friends at university during a pandemic is to go to your seminars. This isn't me trying to guilt trip you into uni attendance, as I myself didn't attend most of my lectures and seminars and did just fine. For example, in my module Insurance in a Risky World during second year, I didn't attend a single lecture nor a seminar, and I got a first in that module. However, seminars will be one of your only opportunities that are uni sanctioned to get to know people physically on campus. Seminars typically have the same group of people each term or year, and typically range from anywhere between 10 people and 30 people in a classroom. What I mean by the same people is, let's say there are 100 people studying your module and there's 4 groups of 25. Even though there are 100 people studying your module, you are always in the same seminar group. And so each time you have a seminar for a specific module, you will always be with the same people. This is why it's in your interest to talk to people in your seminar, because you don't want to be that person that turns up to the 3rd seminar and doesn't know anyone whilst everyone else knows each other. Think of it like school. In school, when you're in a class, everyone knows of each other. Some people know each other. You don't want to be that person that doesn't even know of someone, let alone know someone. When you're at your seminar, just sit next to someone that you don't know and start talking to them about the module, about the course, about the uni, why you chose the uni, why you chose the city in particular, where you're from, and get to know them, as not only can you make a friend at university this way, you can make a friend that can come in handy when it comes to deadline day. Because let's be real, someone on one of your modules, especially during first year, will be likely to study most of the other modules that you're studying. And so you can have someone that you can go out with and get to know that way, but also help when it comes to uni work. Like I said before, Seminars will be one of the only uni-sanctioned events in person, and you would be silly not to take advantage of it. That is going to be it for the video, guys and girls. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to click the subscribe button and click the bell to turn all post notifications on so that you don't miss out on a single video as soon as it goes live. And also be sure to like and comment what you thought about the video and anything else you want to see from me. Make sure to follow me on social media. That's at Mahel Khan on TikTok, Instagram and Snapchat, at MahelX on Twitter, and official Mahel Khan on Facebook. Once again, make sure to let me know in the comments below what videos you'd like to see from me in the future. University is in less than 3 weeks, so the uni vlogs will be back. But also, before then, I will be uploading an Ultimate Freshers Week Guide 2020, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. I've been Mahel, telling you how to make friends at university during a pandemic, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.